Alright, what is going on, guys? It is Benny, and today we're going to be playing some Mortar Graveyard. I know you guys love Mortar Graveyard, and you guys asked for the Mortar Graveyard tutorial to come first, so I figured I gotta do that for you guys. Looks like we have a mirror Mortar matchup. Well, not a mirror Mortar matchup, sorry. We're up against Mortar. I doubt he has the same deck as us, but we'll see. He is going to go for a pretty high Archer Queen, so I can just poison right there on the Mortar and the Archer Queen. And then the Mortar should get a shot on her, and then okay, never mind. We don't get a shot on her, but that's okay. We can just go ahead and Barb barrel right on her and then take her out. Now, it looks like it's going to be a showdown between the Little Prince and the Archer Queen, so that'll be fun. But anyways, you guys all voted that you want to see the Graveyard tutorial coming up, so the Mortar Graveyard tutorial will be coming up in the next week or two, and then I'll do Classic Mortar after that. So even if you want a Classic Mortar, don't fret, it is coming. And yeah, that'll be awesome. Now, I think this guy probably has poison, so we do have to be careful of that. Now, what should we do here? I'm going to go ahead and LP in the back here. We might as well get that 3-card cycle. Then I can just play the Knight to defend the Archer Queen. He'll pop the ability. The Knight should go down, but that's okay. Just because then we're getting our cycle to our Evo Knight, which is obviously helpful for us no matter what. We could go for a Graveyard here, but I don't think it's really worth it. I'm going to play the Phoenix in the back instead. And then if he goes for a Mortar, we could always just go for a defense or for a poison right there on the Mortar to take it out, but we'll see. The Phoenix should take care of the Knight, which is nice. And then let's split our Goblins. He used his log as well. He's going to go for a pretty high Archer Queen, so I'm going to go ahead and Evo Mortar on the opposite lane here. And then if he goes for an Evo Mortar, I could go for Evo Knight. I'm actually going to go for the Evo Knight anyways, because I'm crazy. And then I'm going to go for a Graveyard here, because he should be low on Elixir, and he can't use that Archer Queen to his ability. So we are going to be in a pretty good position here. That Mortar is going to take damage. We have the Graveyard on the tower, so now he has to pick between the two. We don't have to worry about the Archer Queen. Oh my goodness, I love Mortar Graveyard. If you guys are wondering which deck you should play, or if you should play Mortar Graveyard, this is why. Because that was a very easy win. We just honestly got really good cards in our rotation, and we kind of caught him off guard, and that is the beauty of Mortar Graveyard. Looks like he's given up, so let's go on into the next match. Alright, you guys, next matchup. I'm happy with this start already. You know what? We are making our opponents rage quit. We are making them give up, and that is awesome. He's going to start the Knight in the opposite lane, so we both have Knights going opposite lane. I'm going to play my Little Prince into the same lane as his. Looks like we could be up against Royal Giant. Now I'm going to try to keep my Little Prince alive as long as possible. He is going to play the Wizard. That's pretty annoying. He's really going in hard here though. Pause, that's sus. But anyways, he is going in pretty hard here, so I'm going to Barb barrel, and then he's going to just ignore the Knight. So this guy's an absolute champ, I guess. I'm going to ignore that Fisherman because it will get some... Whoa, how did we get so much damage on the right side? What is this guy doing? Why would he ignore that? Okay, I mean, like... I will take it, but that's pretty crazy. It looks like, okay, not Royal Giant, we are playing Giant, but we can just play our Phoenix, and that is the most important thing about this deck is, take advantage of your Phoenix because it is so good. He's going to go for the Nightwitch and the Knight on this side. What is going on? What is happening with people tonight on Clash Royale, man? I don't know what's going on. Why would he void that? Because that's not even going to be like a significant damage right there, and then he's going to have to deal with my Phoenix on the other side, or he's just going to let it go and get some hits on his tower, but still, like, why? I don't know. This guy's aggressive, so we got to keep our guard up because I think if he catches us lacking, he's going to really smash us. But the Phoenix is going to get on the tower. He has to use the panic arrows, so I'm going to go ahead and play the Mortar on this side. Like, what is going on here? I don't know what's happening on Clash Royale. Guys, if you guys can let me know, like, what is happening to my opponents, I would really appreciate it because this is crazy. And I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man. Might be Clash Royale's smartest aggressive player. We are going to defend that, and then he's going to go for the Evo Knight to kite, but again, probably not the greatest play for him to make, but I don't know, I guess it's okay. But because he did that, I'm just going to Evo Knight on this side, and then we'll see what he plays. We could go for the Graveyard. I'm going to, and then I'm going to poison, because I bet you he'll play some counters so we can get the Wizard and the counters to the Graveyard, and we should get some okay damage on the tower. He's going to Nightwitch on our poison as well. What is going on? So let's go ahead and play the Evo Mortar defensively. There is the Knight, or the Prince, sorry, and then we can go ahead and do this, and then let's play the Knight here, and then we can just defensive poison, and all of that should go down. And then, like, the Giant will get on our tower, but the damage is going to be very insignificant, so that's good. We got some good defense there. Let's go ahead and play the Mortar here. We might as well play a bit of offense now. I don't want to just sit back and let him, build up a massive push. But because he's going to play the Fisherman, I bet you we could get away with playing the Phoenix right here. And we can go ahead and just play some Goblins right here. And then... why don't we play the Knight here to help out with the Fisherman, and we can even get a Little Prince down as well. I probably should have played it a little bit closer to the tower so that we don't have to worry as much about that void, but that's okay. All of that will be defended. He does have the Wizard standing at the bridge, which is kind of annoying, but that's okay again. And then we can go ahead and play the Phoenix here, and we might as well just play some Goblins just to be safe. And then, okay, I'm going to start the Mortar in the opposite lane because we have the Phoenix going in that lane. So if he plays the Giant, then the Phoenix should help out. And then we can go ahead and play the Evo Knight right here to tank for a second. He is going to go for the Void, but it's going to hit the Evo Knight and the Little Prince, so we should defend that. Let's go ahead and pop the LP ability as well, just to be safe. And then we're going to go for a Graveyard, I think, counter push on this, so that he has to deal with both lanes. Because if the Mortar gets a lock, he's going to lose. So we can go ahead and play the Graveyard on this side now, and then he's going to have to deal with that as well as just worry about everything. And then we can go ahead and play the Poison in this lane to help out with the Evil Wizard. If we can get some more skeleton hits, that would be awesome, and that is going to be good game. Let's give him a good game, let's give him a good luck, and let's go on into the next one, because he was a little crazy. Alright guys, next matchup, let's go ahead and just play our Goblins. And whoa, Pekka first play is pretty ballsy, man. That's, alright, well, we'll go for the Mortar here. It looks like he's going to Void on the Goblins, so the Mortar should be okay. We should get a couple shots out of it. I'm going to go ahead and LP. That's actually good that he used the Void, because now we can defend with our Little Prince pretty easily. The only thing I'm worried about is if he plays a Battle Ram, it's going to be pretty difficult for us to defend. He's going to go for the E-Wiz though, so we don't have to worry at all. We can just play the Knight to kite, and then that should all be defended. And then honestly, I could even just go for a Graveyard here to be annoying. Actually, what do I want to do here? I'm going to play the Goblins here on this side. And then, do I lone Graveyard on the right side? That's too risky. I'm not going to do that. That would be pretty crazy. That's a little too aggressive for Benny to be doing right off the start of the match. But the Royal Ghost should get taken down by the Little Prince, so we can go ahead and pop a Mortar on this right side. We might as well press the advantage with all of the Elixir that we have. I'm going to play the Phoenix on this Little Prince, and then if he pops the ability, I can get a Knight down. But we are going to take it down. He's going to go for the Void. I'm going to Graveyard here now. I feel like it's just worth it because he's going to have to play some more counters. The E-Wiz and the Cannoneer are not going to be enough to counter it, so we should get some good damage. And all the cards he played are pretty, you know, like easy to defend, so we don't have to worry too much about that counter push from any of those cards on their own. And we have a really good damage there, so I'm very happy with this start. And you know, we're cooking something nice here. I'm okay with that. Now, what do we want to do here? Let me think. I'm going to cycle the Goblins here because he does have to play a counter to them, otherwise they'll go sicko mode on the Cannoneer. So he's going to play his Little Prince, and then what we could do is we could start a Little Prince in the back and then go for an Evil Mortar. Maybe that might be the move. Okay, the only thing is he does have the Pekka going the opposite lane. I'm going to go ahead and Evil Mortar here just to keep the, you know, keep the pressure up on him. He is going to Void, which was a pretty good play. I probably should have played something to defend that, but that's okay. We do have the Phoenix to help defend us, and the Phoenix is the GOAT, so that's all we need. And then we can play the Evo Knight on this side to help defend. Let's go ahead and get some Goblins here, and then we might as well Poison as well. We'll catch the Little Prince, and then the E-Wiz hopefully will walk into it in a second here. And then we can just go ahead and Barb Barrel as well to help out with that. He does finally get his first little bit of damage on the tower, which is kind of sad. I was hoping for, you know, a completely flawless game there, but that's okay. And then he's got the Pekka coming in there, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's get a Little Prince down, and then we might as well get another Phoenix down because he seems to be struggling with the Phoenix. I think his only real counter to it is the E-Wiz. We can go ahead and play our Goblins here. There's the Battle Ram. I'll just play the Mortar right here, and that'll help pull everything as well as take the Battle Ram down. And then I can go ahead and play my Little Prince here and use the same counters for everything. 20% battery. It would not be a Benny video without a 20% battery warning. And then if he goes for a Pekka, I'm just going to play a lone Graveyard, I think. Okay, he's going to Little Prince, so I'm just going to Poison on that. And then do I want to... Okay, that's pretty crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And then let's go ahead. And I guess we'll need the Evo Knight because he has the Royal Ghost there. He does have to defend the Graveyard, so he can't really support his push though. And we do get some really nice damage on that as well. Pretty tough matchup for him. I do have to admit, because he is running Cannoneer, that is pretty tough to deal with sometimes. And then why don't we go ahead and play the Evil Mortar right here, and then we can just go ahead and Barb Barrel and help out with that. If the Bandit gets on the tower, it's really not a big deal. We can go ahead and play the Knight here. It's going to pop the LP ability. We can just play the Goblins here now. And then we can literally just play the Poison on the tower, and that's going to be game. So let's give him a good game. Let's give him a good luck, and let's go on into the last matchup. Alright, you guys, last matchup. Let's go ahead and just play the Knight behind the King Tower. I feel like that's a pretty safe first play. We can get the cycle going. Looks like we're up against Drill, which is actually kind of annoying. The reason why that's annoying is because he probably has Poison, which is not the funnest matchup, but that's okay. We can go ahead and play the Mortar here on the right side with the Knight, and then we have the Phoenix and the Barbarian on the left side, so that will kind of help us get that push going. And then he is going to play Goblins for the Knight and the Tesla as well. What do we want to do here? I'm going to Graveyard with the Phoenix because I'm annoying, and then we'll see what he does. Unfortunately, the Princess Tower does lock onto the Phoenix Egg, but we will get some good damage. Bomber is down, so we have all those skeletons on the tower, and I'm not even mad about that. That was actually some decent damage there for the start of the match. When you're playing against Drill, I feel like every bit of damage counts, and so that is pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and play the Goblins here, and we have the Knight in front to help defend. And honestly, I am going to Barb Barrel just to be safe, because I don't want some crazy, you know, like, stupid interaction to happen and take some damage. It sucks because that's not a great elixir trade for us, but it just does make sense to, you know, play it safe rather than dangerous, especially when you have the damage lead against a deck like Goblin Drill. Goblin Drill can be pretty dangerous in double elixir. Let's go ahead and start the Phoenix in the back. We want to do a slow push because I know he's going to play the Tesla to counter our Mortar. So okay, I'm not entirely sure about that. He is going to play the poison, so we could go for a graveyard pretty soon here. What I might actually do is I might Evo Knight and then graveyard in a second. Let's see if we can get him to like play his Knight or something, because then he's not going to have a good way to stop our Evo Knight. Okay, he's gonna go for the Ice Spirit. What's this guy doing? Let's go ahead and split our Goblins. And then... Come on, play something, please. He's gonna split his Goblins. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna go ahead and Evo Knight, and then we'll Graveyard. He used the Evo Tesla, so he probably does have Poison back, but that's okay. And we can go ahead and Evo Mortar here, because the Evo Tesla is kind of spread out, so we're gonna get some good damage there. And then the Evo Mortar should take those Goblins out. That's okay. We are poisoned on the tower, so we'll get some more damage, but he did play the Tesla, so unfortunately we weren't able to get that, you know, pretty crazy amount of damage that we were hoping for, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and play the Knight right here to help out with the Drill, and then I'm going to Barb Barrel right now. Let's go ahead and get a Phoenix down as well, just to help out. That Bomber is going to get some nice value on our tower, which is too bad, but we play the Little Prince, and the Evo Drill is now stopped, which is good. The Evo Drill is honestly so crazy, though. It does so much damage, and I feel like it just changes the course of a match so easily, which is tragic. Okay, he's going to go in on that side, so I'm going to go in on the right side, and then, I guess I'll just Barb Barrel here, just to defend all that. The Knight should get one hit, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. And then the reason why we did that was just so that he can't get a Drill on the left side. I just kind of wanted to keep the pressure up on him. It is tough, though, because he's going to be playing as many counters as he can to our stuff. So let's go ahead and get the Evo Knight down. He's going to be able to cycle those poisons, and he's going to play the poison in that lane every single chance he gets. Let's go ahead and Mortar on this side, and then I'm actually going to Graveyard on the right side, probably. Let's go ahead and get another Phoenix down, actually. And then I'm going to pop the LP... No, actually, I'm going to poison on this side, and then I'm going to play the poison, sorry, with the Graveyard. And then we do get a lock on tower, which is huge, because that'll kill the Goblins, and then the Graveyard can get some really good damage there. Oh my goodness, that was huge. That was actually massive. Okay, let's go ahead and start the Knight here, and then he's going to go for the Drill. He's just going to spam those Drills and poisons, man. So let's go ahead, let's Barb Barrel here. The Bomber shouldn't get on the tower, which is good. Let's go ahead and do this, and then... let's do the Little Prince, and let's actually pop the LP ability just to be safe. And then I'm going to go ahead and Graveyard again. So let's go ahead and Graveyard now. And then we should be locked on the tower. I don't think he's going to be able to stop that. Yeah, we're locked on the tower. Okay, let's give him a poison. Then we can give him a good game. Let's give him a good luck. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one.